All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So I think I fixed the audio issues that I had yesterday. So, let me know if you're noticing problems with the audio. Um, and once again, because I didn't end up recording or releasing yesterday's stream, I'll just explain. I was planning on streaming 2 days ago, and I realized that I neglected to record that stream, so I couldn't put it up on YouTube. And then yesterday was having some pretty serious audio problems, but I think I fixed them. And so I'll just go ahead and get into what I was doing yesterday, which was really quickly explaining what I had done on that previous unrecorded stream, and then getting into trying to fix the if expression parsing. So, really quickly, just a bunch of parsing functions that recursively descend and pick out operators. So this is a way to ensure that operator precedence is respected. So PEMDAS, things like that, order of operations. And this time I want to go ahead and fix the if expression because I don't think, well, actually, it's not the if expression technically speaking, it's the this whole thing. So, because last time I was working on this, it would just go indefinitely, and I'm not totally sure how to fix that. But let's see. So it's just never getting end file. Let's go see the parse primary, because that's probably where the problem lies. If I'm not careful, I'm going to end up actually reaching that limit of how many lines I can show at once, which is, that might cause some issues. Anyway, okay. Let's see, this is, okay. Case type open paren. Okay. Otherwise, return 1. Okay. Let's just go ahead and test this real quick. So actually, let's make if true. Okay. Unknown expression lines have unknown expression. Hmm. I think I might know what's going on. I think because I'm not actually handling the else part of that expression, it's kind of causing issues because I have the print statement to, or the print function set up to expect that. Yeah. So I guess I need to start looking at this. actually, I just thought of something that makes a bit more sense. Basically, recursively descend within if statements. Because if you didn't know, um, this isn't something that's common among languages. Most programming languages will not do this. Like on the front end, on the back end, technically speaking, you might see something like, if, condition, blah, 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 else. And then, even though you could have else if, technically speaking, it'll often do something more like this. And then else. And just kind of recursively do that. So I might try doing that instead. I think that might make more sense. Make the function here a bit more reasonable. Okay. So then I don't have to have, I don't have to allocate space for, conditions or anything like that. I can just, okay, that makes way more sense. I'm doing that. Okay, let's see. Go to the parser header real quick. Fix that. There we go. So this is just going to be condition. This is going to be the expression. I guess this does need to be allow for multiple different expressions. Is there a reasonable way to fix this? Okay, well, for now, I'm just going to focus on this just being one. And technically speaking, an if expression is going to behave slightly differently than an if statement. They're going to be, syntactically speaking, they'll be very similar, but if you're using an expression, then it's going to expect that you have an expression on the inside of that if, inside the braces. But anyway. Okay. So if there's nothing here, then this will just be a null. So, okay. And then if you do if else, then it will go down another level. Perfect. Get rid of this count here. And let's get to the parser. All right, so get rid of this. In fact, I can just get rid of most of this here. Okay. So if it's an if statement, I'm just gonna clear that out too. So we've allocated space, then parse for the conditional statement. Okay. So we want the open brace, and then parse for another expression. Close brace. Let's see if kind of want to make a function that will allow me to match things more easily, because that would certainly help here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Hold on. So, I think just go something like we'll make it an internal thing, because I don't think I need to make it a something that the Lexer supplies. It's not actually doing much in that regard. There we go. Let's put it in here. Int match. Let's see, that's going to be token type. And Lexer. It's a fairly small function. Given how many times I'm going to have to do this for various things, I think it makes sense to turn it into a function. There we go. Sir, that. Isn't that just string? I think so. Hold on. Just make sure I'm not screwing that up. Yep, just string. That's fine then. Okay. One answer token length. Ooh. There we go. Okay. All right, let's try this out. Okay. So here, so just match, and then we want. Oh, oops. Oopsie. Open brace. Pass it the Lexer. Just clean this up. I could just go a bit faster. And it will automatically move the parser ahead, or the Lexer ahead, I guess. Do that because that no longer exists. Just gonna do that. Oop. expression type if. Okay. All right, now go through here and let's see if okay. Sorry. Apologies for that. How do I... Hold on. How do I... There we go. Get rid of that. Okay. All right. Else, let's see. If token type. Hold on. So we'll leave it like that. Expression. Okay. Yes, I can actually simplify this a bit because so if there's an else, then I can just match it and then do this. If else, can't spell. Cannot spell. and an elixir. And get rid of that. I don't think I even need this. Hold on. This way. Sorry. Type. Okay, get rid of that. Then do, let's see. Gotta think here a minute about how I want to handle this. So I'm just gonna write out some sample code here and see how this would work. So if condition, okay, then else. So possible options. First one is that it's an opening brace, in which case yeah, for these ones it should just call ninth expressions and below, which means I think I'm okay with it just being something that goes down there. Let's guess otherwise, then, if it's a trace, match that, and then parse. Oh, oops. Type open race. Okay, so just put that here. I'm kind of tempted to refactor this code a bit and make it so that it's like an actual like structure that sort of behaves like a class and goes through this, but we'll wait and see. Okay. And space. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Guessing that's in the printing functions. That's fine. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay. Now delete. Just going to that. And just thinking about this, that typically expressions are parsed from the bottom of the tree up, or at least that's the way it works for order of operations. So I might have to rework this a bit, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, I just want to get this running and see what it does. So make sure that that. Okay. 500 and something. Where is that? Not sure where that. There was a warning that the compiler emitted. I wasn't totally sure where that is located. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Oh, before I go though, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the print function and this, because this is a little kind of messes things up a bit. Okay. All right. No member fallback. That's fine. Let's add 505. Just variable result. That's expression. Ah. I see. Okay. If true 32. Okay. Zero. Expected type 67. Is 67. That's annoying. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Should we close? Okay. Okay, so it's not getting that null value that I wanted. ahead and do... Mm. In there for expression type. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. That's why. Actually, I don't think you actually technically have to set that anyway. It's not going to affect anything. Awesome. And let's see what happens if true 32. Else if false. Else there. Okay. Well, that's not right, but it could be worse. Actually, no, that's totally correct. Awesome. Okay. All right. And what time is it? I've got 20 minutes. Let's see. All right. Let's do variable declaration. At least get to work on it. Let's see. Parse statement. Let's do this. Return 1. There. Cool. All right. Okay. Get the header here. Let's see. So type. Hold on. Let's make another union. Do basically the same kind of idea as we had for the expression. So I guess the only difference is one of them is going to be an expression. So actually, thinking about it, I don't know if I even necessarily need to distinguish statements from expressions in the actual structure, in like in the structural sense. Do I actually get anything out of doing that? I don't think I do. I think it's mostly pointless. So I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to get rid of statements altogether. And sure that this also has I gotta clean this up real quick because this is not necessary for the moment. This let's do expression type RDEC. Just get rid of this. There. Let's see, so there needs to be a string for the identifier. So that's going to be that. I think I should be specific here. Okay. Let's call it parse top level. Replace this with expression. Actually, I'll just copy and paste. So make life slightly easier. Okay. I think it should just be var. Yeah. Token type var, and that will okay. Let's see. Hold on. Quick change. I already have. I already have the infrastructure set up for. There. Just make things a bit easier for the moment. Can make that optimized later. There we go. Okay. Get the identifier. Let's see. Identifier. Oh. Type is not equal. Type identifier. One and typically user sky is fine. Okay. All right. Next up, match token. Let's see. I guess we need to do a switch here. Case token type sign. Type sign add. Actually, you're not. Yeah, there should not be assign adds here for obvious reasons because this is a declaration, not a modification. Okay. So actually that makes things a bit easier. So hold on. Do if type match. And then 0. And oh, and before I do that, I can make sure that okay, let's see. And make sure that and equals else if that's type equals assign n. You know what? Just realized it's legitimately just more difficult to type than just doing that. We'll just do that. Okay. Already know it's the correct one. Lecture. Yep. Okay. Lecture. Let's see. Parse. I think this would be on 11th. What's the 11? Yeah, it's not. No commas there. Okay, so if, I guess. Parse if expression. All right. All right, let's see if we can get this done first before I completely lose my ability to think here. Let's see. Get rid of this real quick. Otherwise, let's get token type type colon do colon things. I'm gonna have to figure out how to handle types because that's gonna be a pain in the neck. Pain in the neck. Okay. Well, okay. Type name. Expression. Okay. Yep. Well, could be worse. So var x equals 32. Because it doesn't know how to print that. Fix that real quick here. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. So that's working, and everything seems to be working fine. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Peace out.